We are streaming. Welcome, everyone, to another exciting episode and theoretical episode of Down the Middle. This podcast is brought to you by OMG CBD. More on them later. Brian, my esteemed co-host, this is a topic you suggested, so I will let you spearhead this one and get us started.
So in the world of wrestling, there's always been the forbidden door. And more past in the last, within the last year, the forbidden door between companies have been opening up more and more, right? I mean, we see the forbidden door really open between AEW and New Japan, and they had their forbidden door. Well, we obviously seen that it didn't, in my opinion, I don't think it came as planned as it probably should have been.
No, I maintain an event like that should have had a year, at least 3 to 6 months worth of booking, like story to lead up to it, because it just seemed like a random jumbled mess. Like they tried to make it an indie super show, but you've got arguably the two largest companies other than WWE, like. It just felt really rushed and jumbled together. It was a mess.
Yeah. And then we kind of see WWE open their forbidden door a little bit.
Now,
with Mickie James first.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say, go more into that, because some of the stuff you were talking about I wasn't aware of. But you're right. They did acknowledge Mickie James.
They acknowledge her as the TNA Knockouts champion. She came out with the belt at the Royal Rumble, and she had her TNA song.
Which is her song, though, right?
I believe it. I believe it is her song. And then after that, we kind of see AEW kind of work with some New Japan, a little like here and there, touch and base. Nothing big like the Forbidden Door. And then within, the last 2 or 3 months, we see the Forbidden Door open up again even more, this time with WWE. And we're seeing the re-debut of the OC in WWE, helping AJ Styles out, Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, which Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows, they've been on and off working with AEW. They were also on and off working with TNA.
Well, they were contracted with Impact. That was when AEW and Impact were doing their co-promotional thing. Does that really count as a forbidden door, though? Because they're contracted under WWE now again.
Well, yes, because hear me out. Because Carl Anderson, and I don't remember what belt it is. Carl Anderson has I'm not going to say. I'm going to say New Japan, but I don't know what specific company through New Japan it's through. But he has the belt through New Japan. And the same day he was supposed to defend it was the same day as just this past Crown Jewel. And they canceled it and for whatever New Japan company it was.
So they canceled his title defense because he was going to be at Crown Jewel?
Yes. I don't know like the full detail on it. I just know that the last I heard he was holding a title for New Japan or whatever Japanese
Okay, I just looked it up. He is the current never open weight champion.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's not a small belt. Like, that's kind of it's one of their mid-card belts, but it's not a small deal to them. And it says on his Wikipedia bio anyway, that he makes sporadic appearances for New Japan, even though he's contracted. So I see where you're going with this. So he's contracted under WWE, but apparently he's going to be allowed to make sporadic appearances for New Japan. And you know who else is allowed to make sporadic appearances for New Japan? Jon Moxley.
Yep.
Okay, this could be okay. This could be interesting.
It can be. So, and then now within, I don't know, last 2 weeks or so, there's supposed to be a big, I don't know if it's New Japan event. I just know it's a Japanese promotion that's going to be coming on here soon. And Shinsuke is going to be wrestling the Great Muta.
Yeah, I don't think that's New Japan, but I remember you mentioning something about the Great Muta.
Yes, because I think right now, I think he's doing it. I think he's getting ready to retire, and I think he's doing one last tour, and he's done. It may be him or somebody else that I heard it was.
I'm gonna be honest. I think Shinsuke will. Well, hang on. This might be Historic X over. Hang on, folks. Just looking. Something.
Okay, so why are you looking up a little more? But it's supposed to be Shinsuke in the Great Muta.
Whoa. Sorry to interrupt you. Since when is there an IWGP Women's Championship?
I'm not sure. Unless they're just now doing one.
Hang on. Keep going. I've got to go down this rabbit hole.
So, and it's probably false news, but it also may be not false news because Sheamus just recently got injured on SmackDown, and it wasn't a real injury. It was obviously booked that way, and I see something where Sheamus is supposed to face somebody at that same event that Shinsuke is going to, which I could kind of see it if that's the way it's getting booked because Sheamus got hurt. But I'm not. That's the only other like forbidden door type things I've seen recently. But something I would like to cover is I would like to talk about. We had our own fantasy booking with AEW, like who we'd keep. Why don't we just do our version of our forbidden door between AEW and WWE?
Before we get into that, I have some questions answered. So, okay, so the match that you're talking about is through Pro Wrestling Noah, and it is Great Muta versus Shinsuke Nakamura. Now, interestingly enough, this is going to be on January 1st, 2023. The Great Muta also has his final NJPW match on November 20th at Historic X Over, which this looks, or Historic Crossover is probably what it is, because I believe this is... Oh no, this is a New Japan Stardom crossover event, which is why there is an IWGP Women's Championship. And to crown the first ever, it looks like the final of this event will be Mayu Iwatani versus Kairi Sane, who is now simply going by Kairi.
Oh. Okay.
Okay, so it's a new belt, and it's going to be a Stardom belt. That's fine. But yeah. It would have been fine if New Japan... I just didn't think New Japan had a big enough roster, although I'm changing my tune on this, and here's why. So it turns out that women's wrestling in Japan is pitifully underfunded, especially for the fan base that does exist for it. So I think that if New Japan created a women's division, they would put all the other Joshi promotions out of business, but they probably wouldn't because they're smart enough to know that they need training grounds for some of their people. But yes, the IWGP Women's Championship is coming, and I'm going to put although Mayu Iwatani is not like a no name. So either one of them could win it. I'm pulling for Kairi, though, because I think she was criminally underused in WWE considering her talents.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, anybody who can make a Sky Pirate gimmick actually work?
Paul Bertrand made it work.
Paul who?
Or not Paul, what was his name?
Paul Burchill?
Oh,
He wasn't a sky pirate, though. He was just a pirate.
Well.
But yeah, so those are the questions that are answered. And of course, now you need to go out. Excuse me, folks. I tried to make my dog go outside before we started this podcast. And now she's telling me she needs to go out, so I'll return in a moment. Keep them entertained, Brian.
What do you want me to do? But yeah, people always talk about forbidden doors, and people always say they want to see MJ and the Miz, because they're both like one of the top, if not the top, when it comes to promos. Or they want to see the Usos and the Young Bucks. I mean, everybody has like their dream forbidden door, dream matches, and we're gonna put our two brains together.
Okay.
And try to put our own forbidden door. I mean, we're gonna do world champion from both promotions, and obviously since Roman has both, it's going to be one-on-one.
I was gonna say that's convenient.
It works. It actually works for our tag too.
Yes, it does.
We will have our IC versus the TNT. We will have the United States versus I think it's the All Atlantic or
All Atlantic. Yep.
Yep, All Atlantic. Then we will have, which will have to make the women's work because it'll have to be a triple threat. Because since WWE has two women's champions. So
yes, they do. Yes, they do.
WWE women's versus AEW's women. Unless we make it a fatal four-way and we do the runner-up from AEW women's.
Oh, include the not the TNT, the TBS champ.
Oh yeah, we can include TBS all in that too. Yeah.
I think it should be a fatal four-way. Or honestly, how about this? Why don't we do let's be different here. Let's make it a tag match, but it's winner take all. So you have the AEW Women's World Champion and the TNT Champion versus the two women's champions from WWE, but whoever wins gets the other's belt. And you would decide that ahead of time.
That would be different.
I'd be interested in that match.
Or what we could do, is we could have the Raw women's and SmackDown women's face each other to go on to face
the AEW.
Either one of the other ones to win.
I like that. And then the runner-up gets to go for the TBS title.
Whatever works.
Yeah. Or I guess
which works on.
I guess what you could do too, and this might be a little bit more appropriate, is WWE would have a women's battle royal or some kind of eliminator tournament, and then whoever wins that goes for the TBS, and then you have both women's world champions have a match, and whoever wins that challenges for the AEW Women's World Championship.
Yeah, which you can do that. Yeah, that works out. But the other champions would be on like a regular show base. It wouldn't be on the card.
Right.
Which another one that works out for us is the tag, because we still have both tags. We will have the tag versus tags. Then we would have the AWS trios. We will put our trios together for WWE and have a trios tag match.
Wait, WWE has trios now?
They don't have trios tag, but we would put trios together to face their trios tag.
I gotcha.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
And then I think since it's AEW versus AEW, I think we should do a 6-man tag, elimination style Survivor Series.
Oh yeah. Have a Survivor Series style match.
And then I think one last one I think we should do, and I think it's a neat idea. I think we should do a Legends match where we have a legend that's from WWE, and then we can have whatever
Bret Hart
Sting.
versus Shawn Michaels. Bret Hart representing AEW. Or I mean, we can do Sting, considering he's on the roster.
Yeah, I mean, be the only. Well, no, we can do Mark Henry. We could do Big Show.
I say Sting.
Agreeable.
I say Sting.
But we'll have our Legends match where we have AEW and the WWE Legends match.
And then
I don't think.
Oh yeah, and then of course you've got to have some other matches though. Like you've got to include people like MJF and Darby Allin.
Yeah. So, and what we'll do is we will, if we can go with current roster, how it states for champions, or if we can book it a way that we can book it on the card to be a certain wrestler to be the champion at the time to face the other one.
Nah, that's too easy. I say let's book it like we've got. Let's book it like we've got 2 weeks to create the best show we possibly can without fucking with storylines.
Okay.
But
let's start out
not
world champion.
Yeah. And now remember though, not every match has to be a championship match either.
No.
And no, man, we gotta start with the preliminary match, man. World Championship is last.
Well, why not? AEW can do it.
Don't get me started on that crap. Why you would have your world champion, and WWE's done this too. Why you would have your world championship match first tells me that your world championship isn't worth anything because it's not the main event.
Yeah.
So
okay, we can start out with basic matches first.
I suggest for the first match on the card, and this could be part of the pre-show. Oh, let's make this interesting. Let's do an AEW casino battle royale style match, except each company gets 2 of the card suites, not suites. So do the casino battle royale style, but half would be WWE and half would be AEW. And
yes.
the win.
And what would be...
Oh, go ahead.
Go on. Sorry.
I was gonna say.
You go ahead.
And the winner of that battle royale joins Roman Reigns and Jon Moxley in a triple threat for a winner take all.
I'm okay with that.
Here's the thing. I know a lot of people don't like triple threat matches. I've seen the Ruthless Aggression era had some really, really good triple threat matches for titles.
That they did.
I mean, I know you can't say his name, so I will mention this one. Who you wrestling fans will know. You had Triple H versus Shawn Michaels versus the man who can never be named ever again.
I'll say it. I'll say it. And I don't.
We're playing the game.
Okay.
The rabid Wolverine, and not Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman. But yeah, I agree with that. I agree. We can do half and half WWE. But the Casino Battle Royale, there's a Joker, right?
Yes.
Those the one. So we can do 2 Jokers. 1 Joker WWE, 1 Joker AEW.
No, 1, and I know exactly who it is.
Okay.
You know what? I'm going back and forth. Let's name a couple of Joker options.
Joker options. You say yours first.
Well, in my head that I've got floating around, I've got MJF. I've got Chris Jericho. And I've got Kenny Omega. And this is assuming that he's still with the company, and CM Punk.
I can agree with two of them.
Which are?
I agree on CM Punk, and I agree on Chris Jericho. Kenny Omega, there's one match I would like to see with Kenny and somebody from WWE.
Okay.
And then there's a match I'd like to see between MJF and somebody from WWE too.
That's why I'm thinking not MJF. So let's just say, oh, here's one. Remember, we got 2 weeks, right? And this is a fantasy booking. So we're not going to tell people that CM Punk is still in AEW. He's going to be a surprise Joker.
Yep, I completely agree. And the Forbidden Door, it's going to be at Chicago.
Oh, that'd be perfect, yeah. If we learned anything from All In. Yep. Okay, so CM Punk's going to be our surprise Joker. And he's going to... hear me out. No, Cult of Personality's too good. So yeah, he'll come out to Cult of Personality. I was gonna say come out to his old theme, This Fire Burns, but Cult of Personality. Yeah, but I love that song too, but Cult of Personality's too good. But here's this is me being an asshole. When the timer goes off for the Joker, we're gonna make him wait.
Yep. We're giving that 30-second wait.
Yeah, I mean, I'm fine with 30 seconds. Then it's just... that place will fucking erupt.
Yeah. Or what we can do to really fuck with people... I'm not watching very many of the Casino Battle Royals. Do they have like a timer countdown from like 10 or something?
I don't know if it's 10, but they do, yeah.
Do the timer countdown... and it'll count down from 10, and then everybody's like expecting at 1, and then we can do a thing on the Titantron where it fucks up and it does some kind of quick like jitter, but like if you pause it, it pauses and it's his logo.
Yeah.
But it's one of the things where it goes so fast you have to like you couldn't see it in person.
Yeah, I got you.
30 seconds, and then after that 30 seconds is done, then his song hits and he comes out.
Like it. And then part of that, and obviously we're gonna have Punk win the Battle Royal.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think we need to fill it out. And then in the middle of the show, after we have like the big high point in the middle, there's gonna be a backstage segment with Punk to kind of re-hype up the crowd.
Yeah.
And here's what I want though, and this will be after Kenny Omega's match. I want Kenny and the Bucks to walk up to Punk, and where it looks like they're going to be in a fight, and they shake hands and just say, "Give him hell."
Yep, I can agree on that.
Oh my god, the pops, man! Yeah. I got goosebumps just thinking about that shit.
Made me think of Shane McMahon's theme song, "Money." Yeah. Money.
Well, and here's the other thing, and there's a couple things you can do with this. So you can have just that feel-good moment, or, depending on who we want to win the match, the Bucks and Kenny can sabotage Punk.
Yeah.
You could go either way. So we'll get to that. Okay, so we got Punk winning the Battle Royal, and we've got his mid-pay-per-view moment in the middle. So what's our next match?
What I wanted to start off with, I can't do it now because you want it halfway through the show with Kenny Omega.
Well, he can have his match, but I don't think it should be too early.
Oh, who I'm going to say, you would probably agree with starting off early. But let's go with, in my opinion, I think we should start off with a big boom. I think we should start off with MJF coming out.
And doing a promo or have a match?
Do a promo to lead into a match.
Oh, I got one. Because I know who you want him to face. You want him to face The Miz.
Yes. MJF can come out and talk his shit. He can talk his shit about, look, he's doing everything that he said he was going to do when he said he was going to jump shit to WWE. And it's kind of one of them things, but he's still contracted through AEW.
But then you have Miz come out and interrupt him.
Miz comes out, interrupts him, and then we can have we can contract Teddy Long to come out to tell them that they have a match together.
Not on a pay-per-view. They don't. Well, fuck it. It's a forbidden door.
It gives us also that kind of nostalgia like he used to always do.
Yeah.
Back in the day when he was GM.
Yeah. Now, as long as Tony Khan doesn't come out with a microphone, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm okay. He can sit back in his little fucking box.
Although I say that, I actually wouldn't mind a backstage segment with Triple H and Tony Khan.
Or what we could do is to have a pre-show press conference between them two.
Yeah, but even during the show, I think that would heighten it. Because I figured this can have the same feel as the Invasion pay-per-view, but actually be good.
Yeah. So, I think that should be match one.
I agree with that. It's a good bang. Although, might I make a small suggestion for match one?
Okay.
For the AEW Trios titles, you have Death Triangle versus... is Big E medically cleared?
Not yet, but in our storytelling...
He is. Okay.
He's cleared.
I say you do Death Triangle versus the New Day for the Trios titles.
And I would be okay with that.
And I think the New Day should win.
And I would be okay with that.
Good.
And we could even make it... We could make it a gimmick match, too, if we wanted to.
It'd be a damn good match, though. Can you imagine Kofi Kingston working with the Lucha Brothers?
Xavier's a high flyer too.
This is true. You just don't get to see it.
But yeah. Okay, are you saying that as match one instead?
I'm proposing. Because I think that'd be a good bang, and then you can lead into the Miz MJF match.
Okay, so yes, we could do that. But at the end of the trios match, MJF, what is it called? I'm trying to think of the word. MJF cuts off the New Day as they're celebrating and tells them to get out of his fucking ring.
Yeah.
So that he can have his spotlight.
Yep. And actually, I want to. Go ahead.
Go on.
I was going to say,
I want to hear what you guys say.
I want to put a suggestion out there for anybody who's watching this, and if you're really good at the create a character stuff on the WWE games, put this pay-per-view together and put it on YouTube, because I kind of want to watch it.
You're welcome. I'll do it.
Sweet.
I do a lot of creative stuff on 2K22, so I'll figure it out, and I'll try it the best I can.
We'll put it on the channel.
Okay, I'll figure it out the best I can.
Awesome, because I kind of want to see this pay-per-view now. Okay,
I want to see how it turns out.
Yeah, but when you do it, just let them go. Don't pre-plan it.
Oh, just simulate it and let them.
Just let it happen.
Who wins it?
Yep.
Okay.
That's gonna be awesome.
Okay. Yep. I'll go back through, or you can go back through and write all these matches down.
I'll do you one better. I'll write them down. I'll keep them noted as we go along. Except I need a pen.
Okay, but for the Casino Battle Royale, I'll kind of pick a couple of people from AEW and a couple of people from WWE, other than CM Punk.
Yeah, as long as they're not being used. Yeah, because CM Punk will have to be in there. Let me find a pen. Keep going, though. Well, don't keep going. I have to be able to hear you.
Oh. I just love doing these fantasy bookings. And it's great to hear other people's opinions, too, like what you would have for your fantasy booking.
Okay, so.
First match would be the Casino Battle Royale. But on the 2K22 game, I would have to do Money in the Bank for it.
Which is fine. Yeah, we can simulate that. And we know that Punk's going to win that one. But the other ones don't.
What I will tell you is there's not a way to do it set up.
Yeah. Well,
so it's timed.
What if you just play as Punk?
I mean, yeah, but like I'd have to put 2 from AEW, 3 from WWE, and then
okay,
the
I
sixth
got you.
man be Punk.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's complicated. I'll talk to you about that on a different perspective.
Okay, and the second one we're doing.
So we have the Casino Battle Royale, and CM Punk would win it.
Yep. And if you can't do it, we'll just say CM Punk won. Like we'll say it was on the pre-show if you can't do it.
Yeah, I'll figure it out somehow.
Okay. Third match, we have MJF versus The Miz.
Oh, did you put the Death Triangle on?
Yep.
And okay. Then we have MJF versus The Miz. So CM Punk would win. The WWE would win. I think we should give.
You know what? Let's not even call winners other than Punk now. Let's just lay out the card and then we'll play the.
Oh, you want to do it that way?
Yeah, we'll just book it.
Okay.
And then we'll let it play out.
Yeah, we'll book it and let the game play itself.
Sweet. You have a way to capture that, right?
I'll figure it out somehow.
Gotcha. Alrighty. I feel like we should have a women's match.
Oh, yeah. Just a normal women's?
Well, which one do we want to do? So, do we want to show the high... You know what you can do to decide... Well, no. You know what we can do? Who do we want... This wouldn't be on the pay-per-view, but this would decide who it... You can run a simulation to figure out who wins it. Let's do a... How big... What's a good Battle Royale size for the women's Battle Royale to see who goes for the TBS title?
Like... Maybe like a 20, but I don't think there's 20 women in AEW.
Well, but it's WWE, though. Because AEW's TBS champ is in the match, but WWE has to decide who's. Let's do 10 and let's do some really good picks.
Okay, I'll have to check because I'm not sure.
Oh, don't worry, because I am.
I mean, I can check right. I could literally check right behind me because I have my PlayStation hooked up.
Oh, so you mean how many people you can do in a battle royal?
Yeah, I think it's like 10, 20, and 30, but I'm not sure.
Well, let's assume 10, and then if you have to do more, we'll just add some. But okay, so 10 women from WWE to figure out. I'm giving you homework. I'm sorry. Okay, well, it can't be Bianca Belair or Ronda Rousey because they already have titles.
Yeah.
And let's assume that, well, fuck. Okay, just no heavyweight champions because how do you feel about Dana Brooke being in it?
Oh, I don't care who's in it.
Yeah, because I think she's criminally underused.
Well, yeah, we could. But I thought we were going to book it so that we don't know who wins.
That's what I'm saying. Who's going to be in the battle royale? The game's going to pick. The game's going to pick who wins.
Oh, I'm trying to think. People like. I can't think off the top of my head.
Well, I'm just going through the roster. How do you feel about Mandy Rose? Now she's the NXT Women's Champion.
I wouldn't worry. Well, no.
No. Okay, she's got a title. And okay, we're gonna assume that we're talking main roster here.
Yes.
How about Alexa Bliss? Or do you think she's too big?
I think she'd be okay for somebody to put in there.
Okay. Don't know who.
I think Asuka a good choice to put in there.
Asuka, yep. How about Aaliyah? I haven't seen too much of her.
Yeah, she hasn't really been doing anything.
Yeah. Although I do think in there. Well, I think Raquel Rodriguez should definitely be in there.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be writing this down, aren't I?
Oh, maybe you should be.
Yeah, I'll write them down. Don't worry. Okay, so let me WWE Battle WWE.
Yeah, a lot of homework for me to do.
Well, if I had the game, I'd do it, but I don't have
it. It's for you guys.
What system do you have it for?
I have it for my PlayStation 4.
Okay, so technically I could do it. We might have to figure something out. I just don't have the game. Okay, so we had. Okay, so we said Dana Brooke.
If I had a capture card, I would do it that way. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to do it.
Okay, Dana Brooke, and then we said Alexa Bliss.
Yeah.
Did we say yes to Aaliyah? I can't remember.
Yes.
Aaliyah. Okay, and then Raquel Rodriguez, and then Asuka.
Oscar. I know it's a crazy one, but she hasn't been doing anything, and I think she should be booked on a card. I think Becky or Charlotte should be in it.
I think Becky and Charlotte should be in it.
Yeah. If they ain't on the main and on the if they're not holding a women's title, I think they should be in it somehow because they're too big not to have it as a women's.
I agree. How do we feel about Bayley being in it? Oh. Whoops. Sorry, folks. We'll get back up to speed in just 1 second. Maybe. Why is it not starting a new meeting for me? Okay. There it goes, finally. Completely lost track of the timer. Everyone, forgive me. But while we're waiting for Brian to rejoin, I'll take this moment to tell you all about our wonderful sponsor, OMG CBD, located in Columbus, Indiana. All of your CBD, Delta 8, and Delta 9 needs, and they're more than just a smoke shop. Well, they're not really a smoke shop. They deal more in the sort of gummy, edible variety. But Sasha, the owner, is tremendous and will actually help you pick the products you need based on what your needs are. So check them out, Columbus, Indiana. OMG CBD. Still connecting the audio. Oh, I think I hear you, Brian.
Okay.
I had asked you when
I think we forgot about the.
I completely forgot about the timer. I was asking you how you felt about Bayley being in it.
I would be okay with Bayley in it. Now, what are we at right now?
We have.
So I know we got some pretty big names in there, and I think we should.
We have
throw
two
some
more
little names.
We have 2 more spots. Now we can always make it a bigger battle royal because I just came across. Well, because like I just came. Yeah, because I just came across Carmella.
Carmella's a good one to put in there.
Carmella's a great one to put in there. Okay, so we have.
If you want, and I don't have. I could turn around and I could look at the screen real quick to see how many people can be in it.
Wait. When did Emma come back to WWE?
Just this past Friday.
Well, Emma's going in there, so yeah, why don't you check that count?
I will check it real quick.
Good for her.
Yep, she came back. She faced Ronda Rousey.
Well, good for her. I always felt that she was another person that was criminally underused. And I think
She was, and I love.
I think we can also assume that Triple H was a fan. For those of you just joining us, he's checking his game to see what Battle Royale sizes we have because we are trying to fill out the Battle Royale for the WWE Women's Division to challenge, I believe Jade Cargill is still the TBS champion. I'm going to double check that real quick. Bear with me one moment. Come on, there we go. Okay, yes, it is still Jade Cargill. So this will determine who is going to challenge Jade Cargill for the TBS Championship in AEW. And also, for those of you just joining us and don't know what in the world we're talking about, we're booking a Fantasy Forbidden Door pay-per-view between WWE and AEW. And thus far, we have come up with in the pre-show, we're having an AEW-style casino battle royale in which CM Punk will ultimately win, and that is the only winner we're picking right out of the gate because he's essential for the main event. Next, we have the AEW Trios titles up for grabs with Death Triangle taking on the New Day, and then MJF and The Miz will begin with a talking segment that will lead into a match, and then we're trying to decide how to determine the fourth competitor, but we already know who will be in the match. For the AEW TBS title, we have Jade Cargill versus the winner of the WWE Women's Battle Royale. And thus far in the WWE Women's Battle Royale, we have Dana Brooke, Alexa Bliss, Aaliyah, Asuka, Becky Lynch, Raquel Rodriguez, Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Carmella, and Emma, and we are trying to determine what our number is. There's a lot of Michael Myers on your wall, dude.
Yeah. My other half is a big horror fan.
Imagine that. I don't know what it is with all these chicks in horror, man.
Okay. I'm not going to tell you. PG.
Please don't tell me. I don't want to know.
So yeah, we can definitely do a 10-man.
Well, tell you what, I'll name a few names off the WWE roster and see if we want to include them. Because, like, I've come across Indy Hartwell, for example.
Yeah. Now, something I do want to let you know, be prepared for. If they are not in the main game, and I cannot find them in community creations, we will have to do the ultimate decision and choose somebody else.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, let's do a couple backups just in case. So I'll put Indy Hartwell in as at least a backup. Let's see who else we got. Oh, Liv Morgan for sure.
Yep. We could also toss somebody in there like Beth Phoenix or
yeah. Is she actively competing though?
She's kind of hit and miss.
Okay. Well, as long as she can. Ooh, what about?
And there's like nostalgia type thing.
Oh damn! I just came across 3 names. We got Naomi, Natalia, and Nikki Cross. Thank God they finally changed her name. What did I say, Internet? What did I say about Nikki ASH? I said it was the stupidest thing, and the sooner they change their name, the sooner they can revive her career. And wouldn't you know it, they brought back her gimmick that was popular.
Did we say Liv Morgan yet?
Yes.
Okay.
I think this is going to become a 20. 6.
What about Rhea Ripley? Because she's definitely starting to make a name for herself.
Oh, absolutely. I think we need one more, and then we've got 20. We got Raquel.
Do you want to turn and do Sasha Banks?
Is she on the roster? Oh, yep, there she is. Yeah, screw it. We'll do Sasha Banks. I think that'll do it. Wait, is Indy Hartwell in NXT, or is she on the main roster now?
NXT.
Well, then take her off and put Shotzi, because honestly, I got them confused. Because I was thinking Shotzi.
Yeah.
And then, oh gosh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that'll do it. But although, who did we just say? Because you just said her name. I had Rhea Ripley and then
Sasha Banks as a surprise.
Sasha Banks. Yep. Okay, so we got 20 women.
Yes.
One of them will go against Jade Cargill. Okay. Next match on the pay-per-view card.
Okay. Now I'm back over here.
You know what? I'm gonna switch one person. I'm gonna switch one person out for Zelina Vega because she's been criminally underused.
She's not really doing anything right now.
What's that?
She's not currently doing anything like right now in the roster.
Okay, well then we'll leave her off.
But that's fine.
We'll leave her off.
So this match is a match that's going to happen like a prior event, right? On like a SmackDown or Raw to face her, right?
Correct. Yeah. But I've got it written down as for the TBS title, Jade Cargill versus the winner of the WWE Women's Battle Royal.
That's fine.
Dude, this will be fun, actually. Well, if we have to get you a capture card, we will, because I can edit all that together. I just need the match footage.
Yeah, I'll have to figure it out somehow. What I may have to do is...
Oh, bro, I got you. I've got an HDMI import in my computer.
Okay, so we'll talk about that kind of stuff afterwards. So we can get through this because we have a lot going on in this pay-per-view.
Yeah, it's going to be a long one. But I think this will be one that people will sit for hours to watch. All right, what else we got? Yeah. Let's get a WWE title.
I think we should do So we just did. We just did the trio. Well, no, we just did MJF versus The Miz, right?
Yeah, that was the match prior to the TBS title.
MJF, I think. Okay, we'll have to do that. I think we should do. Are you want to do WWE versus WWE match, or you want to do still AEW versus WWE?
AEW versus WWE.
Okay. Here's one you're going to maybe despise, and this brings in this kind of slows people down after that match, but brings comedy into it. I think we should do Orange Cassidy versus R-Truth.
Not on a pay-per-view.
What?
No, not on a pay-per-view.
Okay.
Put it on the pre-show. We got too many titles, my friend. But again, we'll do it on the pre-show.
Well, okay. I was going to say that, or we can have a rap battle between the Acclaimed and R-Truth.
That's better.
But you can't really do that on the game. You can't do that on the game.
Yeah, you're right. Plus, the Acclaimed are going to have a tag match.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Okay, let's wipe that then. We need something to kind of slow people down a little bit because they just had that huge match between MJF and...
Well, we already had the women's match just now.
Well, the women's match, women's match, to find out who's going to face Indy Hartwell? Or
No. That Battle Royale takes place before. This is Jade Cargill versus the winner of that on the pay-per-view.
Okay. That is the slowdown match.
Yep. So I got an idea how to pick things back up.
Okay.
Who in WWE is like a hardcore, if they even have anybody?
Oh, goodness. Let me think. See, I'm not.
I don't think they've got anybody.
Unless we do somebody like Randy Orton. Randy Orton had a lot of his own fair share of hardcore matches back in the day with like Foley and other people.
I've got an idea. How about we do Bray Wyatt versus Darby Allin in a hardcore match? Or an Extreme Rules match?
Yeah, we can do Extreme Rules. Now, now we got to sit and think what version of Bray we're doing. Because right now with their character, we are not sure what's going on with their character. So are we just doing straight up Bray versus Darby, or are we going to do The Fiend versus Darby?
I say The Fiend.
You say The Fiend?
I say The Fiend.
Okay. That's fine.
All right. Then I got an idea. I got an idea for the IC title. Why don't we do?
Because I see his Gunther one
Yeah. Why don't we do Gunther versus Wardlow for a winner take all
for the TNT.
for TNT and IC? Oh, I know Kenny Omega's match.
Oh, okay. You can say yours, then I'll tell you mine.
Tell me yours first because it might be better.
Kenny Omega versus Seth Rollins.
Damn. I like that, but I'm going to make it better. Kenny Omega
Okay.
versus...
Okay.
Hear me out. Kenny Omega. Okay, I got it. This will be the kind of like middle of the card high road match. Kenny Omega versus Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes for the U.S. title.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Okay, so I'm just going to put for the IC title and TNT title, we've got...
Now we also need to not put everything for on the line too, like you said before.
What do you mean?
Like, not all the belts need to be on the line.
Yeah, I know, but IC title's a big one. And I think if you're going to have... Seth Rollins has a belt right now. And I actually misunderstood you. I thought all the belts were going to be on the line.
Seth Rollins doesn't have the IC.
No, he has the United States. That's what I meant.
But if we have all the belts on the line, like all for one.
No, not necessarily.
I was about to say, because if we done that, we'd have to progress as a Forbidden Door for the next couple months to lead up for the title to eventually have to go back.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay. So Gunther versus Warlord, right?
Yep.
And then...
Oh, that would be so good.
Oh, yeah. Imagine the chops.
Okay, but before, because we said that the U.S. title match will be kind of like the mid-road high point. So what's another... We can't have the Young Bucks face the Usos because it's got to be the... Well, no, I guess it doesn't have to be the Acclaimed. You want to do the Young Bucks versus the Usos?
I think we should.
That'll be later, though. So let's have the Acclaimed put their titles up. Who they going against?
Oh...
Honestly, it should be fucking FTR, but
should be.
But this is Forbidden Door, right?
The Clanged. Honestly, if we want to, we can do that. We could do the one match, have it the Acclaimed versus FTR.
I think so.
There's nobody in WWE popping out in my brain right now. Like,
there's no great tag teams. Okay. So for the AEW tag titles, which means we can throw a bone to WWE and have one of their title matches be for, like, against a WWE person. We can figure that out.
So did we do okay. So we did the IC and then the triple threat for the US. And then we just did the AEW tag.
I think this is good for the US triple threat.
Yeah.
So we got Omega versus Rollins versus Rhodes. I think that's great for booking because Rhodes would be like in the middle. He's had beef with both guys, and he was one of the founders of AEW, but he jumped ship to WWE. I think that's an awesome story.
Yeah.
All right, so the come down match. I say this is a perfect spot to have. So since we're going to try to throw WWE a bone and have a WWE versus WWE match, should we make it to where one of the women's heavyweight titles gets defended against a WWE challenger or put the women's tag titles up.
We can do a women's tag.
Yeah, we can do women's tag titles.
We got to give them a little love too.
So we got
right
Damage
now,
Control.
Yep, Damage Control just won it. Put it against Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler because they've been working together a lot recently.
Okay. That's good, and it'd be nice to have Shane on the card.
Yeah.
Okay, so prior to this, we are going to have Ronda Rousey and Bianca Belair have a match to determine who's going against Thunder Rosa for the AEW title. No, we're not. Are we?
Thunder Rosa does Thunder Rosa have the AEW title back?
Of course. Oh no, okay.
I thought Tony.
Dude, Fatal 4-Way, winner take all. Tony Storm, Thunder Rosa. No, you can't do a winner take all. Shit. Okay, how are we gonna do this? Because you're right, we can't have them all be winner take all matches.
Because Tony Storm is the current AEW Women's Champion, right?
She's the interim. So do we just have... I mean, AEW has 2 women's world champions. And WWE has 2 women's world champions.
I mean, I feel like we can do a Fatal 4-Way.
But it can't be winner take all, though. So how are we going to do this? How about this? Well, no. Okay, I'm going to say it. I don't like it, but it'll put something out there. If Tony Storm wins or Thunder Rosa wins, they are the de facto AEW World Champion. No, that'd be a match they'd have for themselves.
Okay, so let's book that as in Thunder Rosa's back and she's champion again.
Not Tony Storm.
Prior will have.
Well, we kind of have to go.
Not Tony Storm.
Well, we kind of have to go with Tony Storm because we're assuming this is like 2 weeks. We're giving ourselves real short notice. So let's assume.
Then,
yeah. So Tony Storm's the AEW Women's Champion.
Yeah, and then we'll figure out between the Women's Champion of WWE, like the SmackDown or Raw before, who will face.
But is it for a title? Oh, I got an idea.
No.
Well, no.
Bragging rights.
I'm trying not to make this too many matches.
Yeah.
So here's, I guess here's where I'm at. Oh, this could be interesting. So since let's assume again, I'm bending the rules here. Let's say that Thunder Rosa is back, but they haven't had their match yet. Thunder Rosa and Tony Storm. So one of them is going to face the Raw Women's Champion, and the other one's going to face the SmackDown Women's Champion.
And then which one of them win their match, they get to pick the stipulation for their match.
Okay, this could be interesting. So, let's say you have Thunder Rosa versus Bianca Belair. And if Thunder Rosa wins her match, but Tony Storm loses hers, Thunder Rosa is the AEW Women's Champion. If they both win their matches, they still have to have their match to figure. No, that's too complicated. Or do we just assume that Thunder Rosa's not back? Tony Storm faces a WWE woman, and then Bianca and Ronda have matches with women from the AEW roster. But that seems like too many matches.
Okay, here's what we could do. We could do Bianca and Ronda have their own match at a prior event.
Okay.
To see who faces Toni Storm. Then we have Toni Storm versus whoever wins. At the end of the match, the ref gets bumped. Thunder Rosa causes Toni Storm to lose.
But then wouldn't she
and
lose her?
Turns Thunder Rosa.
But then wouldn't Toni lose her
because
title?
It wouldn't be for the belt. It couldn't be.
Well, then what's the point?
The reason why I say that because it's interim.
Oh,
because
okay.
she's basically the champion right now. At this point, Thunder's not back.
Right, but then why would
that would give us a good point to bring?
Yeah, but then why would she care if Toni loses her belt or not?
Because it's not for the. I mean,
that's what I'm saying.
I don't think
it's
we
not
personally should do it for the. Just a tough pickle right now.
There's too many matches. Okay. Damn.
So do you just want to scrap the TBS title match then?
No, because I think that's the only one we've got that makes sense.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, hold that thought for one moment. I'm letting my dog back in. See if we can figure something out.
I'm not sure.
Booking's hard.
Okay, it's not hard when we're kind of doing it on our fly, but when we're putting ourselves in a pickle now.
Right, because we don't want everything to be. We've already got 2 matches that are winner take all. No, we've only got 2 matches that are winner take all. And it's going to be in the main event the same way. So, you know what? Shit.
Unless we just do a fatal 4-way eliminator.
But that would still be winner take all.
All right, I think our only predicament is to not do it for the belt.
But then why have it? Why have the champions do it then? Is what I'm saying.
Because it's like a bragging rights type thing, like Survivor Series.
Yeah, I know. It's just going to feel cheap, though, because with so many belts on the line. Tell you what, we'll come back to the women's match. Let's figure out what else we got. We already know what the main event's going to be, so I guess we'll go ahead and put that.
We could do that as the main event, or we can do a Survivor Series type match for the main event.
I think the World Championship should be the main event, but the Survivor Series, we might not have time for it. I see the allure, though. So main event, we got Mox versus Punk versus Reigns. What else we got? We've got and we already said, I think
We can do
I think you have the Young Bucks and the Usos go on before the main event.
yeah. I think we should, before the Usos and the Young Bucks, we can do our Legends match.
Legends match. Okay, so that's Sting and
Taker.
Oh, perfect.
We can finally give it to him.
Yep. And I would suggest, honestly, and I hate that I'm saying this, but I would make that a cinematic match. Nah, you know what? No. Well, shit. You'd almost have to because we're giving ourselves to fuck it. It's fantasy. We'll assume that they've been training. Although I think that's all the titles except for the women. Oh, the All Atlantic. Oh, well, Orange Cassidy has the All Atlantic title. So guess what? Your pre-show is Orange Cassidy versus R-Truth.
Yeah. And then honestly, I think our only other match is that women's.
No, right. Our only other match is the damn women's match. It seems silly to defend the TBS title and not the AEW. Dude, I'll tell you what. I think our only option is to have Toni Storm face off against the winner of Bianca Belair versus Ronda Rousey on a prior.
Yeah.
I think that's our only choice.
I think we could do that.
Think we have to. Okay, so that'll be match number 10. Because for a card this big, it's really not that bad. It's about the size of the Double or Nothing that I was bitching and moaning about that was way too long. But I think this is significantly better.
Yeah.
Okay, so we said we got AEW Women's Champion Toni Storm versus winner of Belair versus Rousey. And this does pretty well set up for a sequel. So.
Oh yeah, this will definitely have to be a sequel.
Okay, so I'm just going to go through and make sure we got them all of our bases. So we got AEW World Champion, Women's World Champion, AEW Tag Titles, the Trios title, TNT and TBS, and All Atlantic. Okay, so all the AEW titles are taken care of. Got the WWE Champion, Women's Champion, IC, US, Tag Team titles. We even have the WWE Women's Tag titles. Yeah, we got all the titles taken care of. Now, is there any other match that we want to squeeze in here? Normally, I would say that you'd probably want Jungle Boy on here somewhere, but with what they're doing right now with him, I just don't.
Now, if we squeeze Jungle Boy in there somewhere,
you're saying we could?
I got one.
Okay.
I got a match. If we could squeeze in there, but if we put Jungle Boy with somebody, I think he would be somebody to go against Ricochet.
Ooh, not Jungle Boy.
You don't think so?
No, he's not. Ricochet would wrestle circles around him.
Okay, but if we could squeeze one in there,
I'd put Ricochet in the Battle Royale for sure, though.
Yeah.
Well, just put Jungle Boy in the Battle Royale.
Yeah. Edge versus Christian.
Ooh. Yep.
If that could be squeezed in there somehow, we can do it as a I Quit match or a last man standing. We need one of them kind of match. Well, I know we have the Extreme Rules, and then we have the Casino Battle Royale, but we just somewhere else.
Let me think. Let's try to sandwich it in between a couple of title matches.
Couple title matches or tags?
Yeah. You know what? That might be where to put it. Because, yeah, I agree with you. We'll put it in there. Maybe. Well, no, don't put it after Sting versus Taker. Oh, I got it. Let's put it in between the women's tag match and the women's singles match.
Yeah, we can do that.
Edge versus Christian. Yeah, man, I think that's. And then I trust you to fill up the battle royale because that's a 20 man. So you get 10 from WWE and 10 from AEW.
Oh, we're still doing that battle royale.
Well, the casino battle royale, because that's how Punk's gonna win.
Would have to be. Well, let's see. I remember it's 6 or 8.
What's that?
For yeah, we can do an 8-man.
You can't do a 20 because the casino battle royale is 20.
But I thought that was you have to climb to the ladder and grab the.
Oh, come to think of it, they made it a ladder match, but it doesn't have to be. It's just a battle royale.
Okay, then yeah, I can do like a 20.
Yeah, I would make it because the ladder match has always annoyed me.
Yeah, I was about to say, I thought it was a ladder.
It was the last time, but I'd say make it a traditional battle royale.
Okay.
Because that way you get 10 guys from AEW and 10 guys from WWE, and you can fill it in pretty nice, and you make sure that like your Jungle Boy, your other people like Ricky Starks should probably be in it.
Yeah.
Brian Pillman Jr. should be in it.
Oh God, that's definitely a throwback to WWE.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
We should definitely try to get our. We should definitely get our reunion, our final reunion for DX, so Billy Gunn could be in there.
None of them still wrestle though.
It was a joke.
Oh well, I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and plan out the casino battle royal. We got 10 WWE and 10 AEW. Okay, so we already got Jungle Boy.
Jungle Boy.
We got Ricky Starks.
Now, are you doing one on one side, one on the other?
What do you mean?
So, like, to space out so I know who's who.
You lost me. What do you mean?
I didn't know if you were doing, like, 1 through 10 AEW and then 1 through 10 WWE.
They're gonna be split up, but it's in groups of 5. I don't know how you can do that on the game.
Well, no, I wanting you to write it down so like 1 through 10 is AEW, and then my other side is 1 through 10.
Oh yeah. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, so I'm writing down the AEW people first. Oh, Brian Pillman Jr.
Hangman Adam Page, I think should be in it.
Yep. Okay. The Hangman. Ah, damn. Brian Danielson's not on the card. Oh, well.
Whoops.
He's too big for a battle royale.
Yeah. I keep wanting to do some kind of comedy skit with somebody just to bring a little laughter to it.
I mean, you could. What about Eddie Kingston? Nah. Not in a
Cole
battle
Cabana.
royale. Fuck Cole Cabana. Hook, for sure.
Hook, yeah.
What about Jay Lethal?
Yeah, Jay Lethal. I think we could put like Samoa Joe.
Yeah. Could put Jeff Jarrett in there.
Oh, Lord.
Hey, he's in AEW now. Already got Jungle Boy.
Somebody for the WWE guys, you could put Johnny Gargano.
I'll put him down. And we already said Ricochet.
Rey Mysterio.
Oh, yeah.
Austin Theory.
Austin Theory for sure. How about Matt Sydal for AEW?
Yeah, I could deal with that. And then we can have what is his name? He did the what is it called? The world's greatest moonsault. What's his name?
Ooh, Powerhouse Hobbs.
Yep.
We need one more for AEW. We got to be careful. Oh, Sammy. Duh.
Sammy Guevara. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I think you should put AJ Styles for.
In a battle royale, though? You don't think he's too big?
Damn, I keep thinking of filler matches other than that. I was thinking AJ Styles and Daniel Bryan, but
ooh,
filler match.
Yeah, but we don't need filler matches. That's the only thing. Maybe for the second one.
Okay. Shelton Benjamin for WWE.
Oh, absolutely. And I think Shinsuke should be in there. Oh, damn it. Sorry about that, folks. Get him back in here.
Oh goodness, we're having too much fun with this. We don't ever get off topic like this.
I know. I'm always conscious of the time. I don't know if you heard me, but I suggested Shinsuke on the WWE side. And Sheamus.
Yep. And since we got a big guy for AEW, why don't we do?
If you say
Otis
almost,
I would say Otis. But what about Braun Strowman?
Yeah, I would take Otis off personally, but who else we got in? Kevin Owens.
Oh yes. Do we have a spot for Sami Zayn?
If we take Otis out.
Otis is out.
Yep. Fuck him. Okay. And then you got the whole bloodline on the card somehow, some way.
Yeah.
Oh, and you can even have a bit where Roman Reigns is telling Sammy, he's like, if you win, you're doing the job.
Oh, yep.
And his mission is, obviously, his primary mission is to win, but if not win, to soften them all up. So Sammy's just out for blood in that whole match.
Literally out for blood.
Yeah. I love that. Dude, I think we got a killer card. And what's more is we could do so much more. So that there would be... Fuck yeah, buddy. That's exciting. All right, so let's read through it. Just in case anybody... I don't even know how long we've been on. Let's see.
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea either.
Oh, not bad. Only about an hour and 20 minutes. So we'll read through this, and then we'll we'll let her go.
Yes, sir.
Alrighty, so here is the card for AEW WWE Forbidden Door. Smash that bitch open. All right.
Smash it open.
All right, so on the pre-show, we have first, and I'm going to put our first 3 matches in a pre-show because that's a pretty good length. So on our pre-show, we're going to have Orange Cassidy versus All R-Truth for the All-Atlantic Championship. Next, we are going to have the AEW Trios titles on the line against Death Triangle versus the New Day. Then we will have our Casino Battle Royale consisting of, in the Hearts Suite, representing AEW, we have Jungle Boy, Ricky Starks, Brian Pillman Jr., Hangman Adam Page, and Hook. Going up against, representing the Spades, representing WWE, Johnny Gargano, Ricochet, Rey Mysterio, Austin Theory, and Shelton Benjamin. Against the Diamonds, representing AEW, Jay Lethal, Samoa Joe, Matt Sydal, Powerhouse Hobbs, and Sammy Guevara. Against, finally, I said clubs, Shinsuke Nakamura, Sheamus, Sami Zayn, Braun Strowman, and Kevin Owens. And introducing the Joker, CM Punk, who is the only one we're calling as winning the Battle Royale.
Yeah.
Our opening match for the main pay-per-view, we have MJF versus The Miz, in which MJF begins his talking segment.
So what we'd have to do, since we were originally going to do it after the trios match, we could have the pyro start going off and the announcers are talking, and before they can even start talking, he can cut the announcers off.
And what a better way to start the Forbidden Door show than MJF talking about how he's finally done it.
Yep.
Perfect. See, the shit books itself. After that match, we have the AEW TBS champion Jade Cargill defending her title against the winner of a prior held WWE Women's Battle Royale consisting of Dana Brooke, Alexa Bliss, Aaliyah, Asuka, Becky Lynch, Shotzi, Beth Phoenix, Natalya, Rhea Ripley, Raquel Rodriguez, Charlotte Flair, Bayley, Carmella, Emma, Liv Morgan, Naomi, Nikki Cross, and Sasha Banks. So the winner of that Battle Royale will go on to face Jade Cargill for the TBS title. Then after that, we have Darby Allin facing The Fiend in an Extreme Rules match. That'll put asses in the seats. After that, we have the IC title versus the TNT title in a winner-take-all. Gunther versus Wardlow. Fuck, that would be so good.
Oh, yeah.
Following that, the AEW tag team titles are on the line with the Acclaimed taking on a surprise FTR. Which will be great because up to this point it's been WWE versus AEW, so that'll be a surprise.
Yeah.
We won't advertise that match. Next, we have a triple threat for the United States Championship. Kenny Omega versus Seth Rollins versus Cody Rhodes. After that, we have the Women's Tag Team Championships from WWE. Damage Control versus Sonya Deville and Shayna Baszler. Following that, we pick back up with Edge versus Christian. Did we want to make that a gimmick match or just a regular?
We can do gimmick or we can do like an I Quit.
I'd just do regular, honestly.
Be okay with regular.
Because we've done a few gimmick matches. Just a regular, because that's going to be, nobody's going to want to see them be a heel against another.
Yeah.
All right. Following that, we have the AEW Women's Championship on the line with Toni Storm versus the winner of a prior held match where Bianca Belair will take on Ronda Rousey to determine who goes for the belt. And is also putting their belt on the line, mind you. After that, we got the Stinger versus Taker in a Legends match Or should that? Yeah, Legends match. After that, we have our pre-main event with the Young Bucks taking on the Usos for the undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships.
Okay, now here's my question, real quick. We always know the Bloodline get involved somehow. Do we really want to do Young Bucks versus Bloodline right before
Maybe not. We might
the
change
main
it.
event?
We might change up the order. I see what you're saying. We might switch some of that around. But those are the matches we had. We'll probably play with the order. And then but we know the main event will be Jon Moxley versus CM Punk versus Roman Reigns in a triple threat match for the WWE Undisputed Championship with Chris Jericho as the special guest referee.
I don't know about that one.
I don't know about that. Well, because he was the first Undisputed.
Well, yeah.
We'll put maybe.
But it'd be a winner take all title.
Yeah. And then they will be the undisputed wrestling champion of the world. It's got to be CM Punk because he's the best in the world. Oh, God. After that, The Rock comes out.
Yeah. Then Austin comes out, crack opens a couple beers, stuns everybody.
Yeah. Give me a hell yeah if you want to see Forbidden Door 2. I don't know what a door is. I meant door. Too much beer. Holy crap.
Beer, what?
Holy
Two
crap.
beer, what?
What? Holy crap. That's a heck of a card. That turned out to be a lot more fun than I didn't think it was not going to be fun, but it turned out to be even more fun than I thought.
Yes, it was interesting too to trying to figure out where we want what.
I mean, booking is tricky. And we did kind of constrain ourselves, but I wanted us to constrain ourselves because I didn't want to be like, oh yeah, we can just have Britt Baker versus Bianca Belair willy-nilly. It's like, no, we have to intertwine storylines.
We had to do something where that it's possible that it could work out eventually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And again, I also wanted to give us the constraint of like, we've got 2 weeks, so we have to work with what's there because that's more challenging.
Yeah.
Now, holy crap, if we had a year, we'd move. But you're also, the reason I want to do that though is we're dealing with 2 different companies that don't normally play together. So you have to deal with what's available.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man. That's a heck of a card.
I will let you guys know. I'll have to work on it little at a time.
Here's the thing though, like seriously, my computer has an you know what? I think it's an HDMI out now that I think of it. Yeah, probably. I don't know. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll try a couple things and then let you know how it comes out.
Well, you can record on PS4, yeah?
You can, but my other half, she has a nice fancy camera that may be able to record that way. I may have to like record the screen from the camera.
No, if she's got a fancy camera, because I've done that before. I did it straight into the camera though. I've recorded the game footage that way before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we'll figure it out, but we will do it. It'll be a special. Oh, this reminds me of the weekly wrestling wrap-up pay-per-view that's free, which I still have on DVD. I thought that was funny as hell. For those of you who don't know, years ago, my friends and I did basically like a wrestling commentary show, but it quickly devolved into just comedic silliness. And I thought it would be hilarious if we wrote our storylines that we were going to put on our own pay-per-view. We used SmackDown versus Raw. I can't remember which version. I think it was 2007 or 2006 that had a really good build your own character thing. So the match card was Hot Stuff Joey Holmes versus Batista, and he didn't think Batista was going to show up, so he got his ass handed to him. Then it was the Battle of the Interns, Asian Intern versus Big Bear Mark Stenson. I don't remember who won. And that was to determine who would be Joey Holmes' assistant going forward. However, Big Bear didn't want to win the match. But I think he did win, actually. An Asian intern wanted to be Joey Holmes' assistant. And then it was myself versus Jake Russell versus Nick Name, who would determine who won the ECW segment of the show. That was the weekly.
Maybe we could see that uploaded one of these days.
I mean, it could. It was uploaded. They took it down. It was on Google for the longest time. It was hilarious, and we had an intro, a musical intro, and like the WWE style cut scenes. They were everywhere. Ruthless Aggression had the best like recaps on pay-per-views by far.
Oh my God.
And we did it in that style. Like it told you everything you needed to know up to that moment. It was very much modeled after a WWE pay-per-view from like the mid 2000s. It's quite funny. But yeah, so this is fun. So we shall do this again. Maybe Venom will be in one of these crossover matches one of these days.
Oh yeah. I do have myself created on there.
There you go. Maybe you should be the special guest referee for the.
Oh yeah.
It is a fantasy booking. Actually, I'd love to do a moment where we should do Tony Khan versus Triple H just for shits and giggles. That'd be funny. Okay, well, we've got our card. We will be in touch as to when we will upload the pay-per-view. That will be free. But yeah, remember, get your drugs from OMG CBD. They're legal drugs, though. And thank you once again for checking out the Down the Middle podcast. We know we were a little bit late this go around, but life happens, so shut up.
Yeah. If you ain't struggling in life sometime, then you got a problem.
Yep. Yeah, you're not doing enough. But anyway, like I said, thank you for checking us out. And if you're not watching the live, if you're watching the video version of this, be sure to like, share, and subscribe so that you can get notified when we upload that pay-per-view that I know you're all going to be dying to see because it's going to be awesome. And if you prefer to listen to the podcast versus watch it, you can check us out on our various audio platforms, including but not limited to Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Radio Now, Stitcher, Amazon Audible, and wherever you can. Oh, Anchor, and just basically wherever you can listen to a podcast, it's probably on there. And
tell your friend.
If you can't find us anywhere else, you can check out artemedia.org, where all of the podcasts in our little network are available for streaming. Full episode catalogs, as well as the history of the All Events Welcome Championship, which our dearly departed friend and brother Benji is forever enshrined as not only the last but greatest All Events Welcome Championship. The entire championship history is on there, as will the new championship, which will probably debut next year, will also be on there, as well as a pretty awesome blog, if I do say so myself. I believe the latest post was dealing about numbers, specifically AEW ratings. So check that out. And check out our wonderful sponsors, OMG CBD, Stevie Wicks Cool Beans Candle Company, and have yourself a pleasant evening. I hope you all had a great Halloween, and we wish you a great Thanksgiving, because I think we'll have one podcast before Thanksgiving, if I'm not incorrect, Brian.
We may have one like the week before.
The week before, yep. That's when we're slated. So until then, friends, fellow wrestling fans, marks, I bid you adieu.